Except for
Love
mine's
that.
backwards.
Yours is forwards for me. It records flipped.
How
So
weird.
it might
Okay.
seem
But you're like,
backwards, but it's actually forwards.
okay. Yeah, we're both roughing because we beat, what is it, ECU at
Yeah.
like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually wearing my Midnight Mayhem shirt. Oh.
I'm wearing my
Midnight
Taylor.
Mayhem shirt for hockey.
I got bleach on mine.
Rip. That's unfortunate.
Okay.
All right, guys, welcome back to this week's episode. We are both gonna try and power through this and somewhat put forth an effort. We're both kind of struggling at the moment. I'm really tired, and I'm sure Julie is as well. So we're just gonna try and like power through this. Hopefully we can get this to be a short video.
Stupid statistics.
You'll get it one of these weeks.
No, I'm not doing that.
Before we get too far into our episode today, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on our post notifications. We will include the links to our social medias in the description, so be sure to check those out as well. Yeah, let's continue on with the episode. The transition.
Statistics. First things first, the LA Dodgers. Ohtani has 49 stolen bases so far this season. The Pittsburgh Penguins re-signed Sidney Crosby to a 2-year contract extension, and the average annual values to $8.7 million. Good for him.
With the 76ers. Phillies is baseball.
You wrote Phillies.
No, I wrote Philly, Philadelphia. It's okay, I'm a PA native, you're not. It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna start that over again. I'm just gonna cut all of this out for us. Okay, Joel Embiid and the 76ers have agreed to a 3-year, $192.9 million maximum contract extension. Embiid has stated that his goal is to play his whole career with Philly. The Ravens running back Derrick Henry spends over $250,000 on his health. No fried food, no dairy, no gluten, no artificial sugars, eats an avocado or a banana before practice, doesn't eat until 4 or 5 p.m. during the season.
So, just noticed that I'm like, it's not. So sorry.
That's actually really bad for an athlete. Like, he needs to be eating.
Well, have you seen him? He's like over 200 pounds. Bro is buff.
Yeah, actually, I have seen him. That man is... I feel like he'd give me the best hug, but that's the point.
Sorry, I messed it up again for you. I'm so sorry.
This is not my fault.
I can't.
Do you mean Bank of America Stadium?
Well, it says on Google that it's US Bank Stadium, but like originally I had it as M&T Bank Stadium, but that's the Ravens Stadium. And then I looked it up, and of course, I forgot to put bank in the notes. That's the whole point of them calling the touchdown leap Bank Vault. I didn't include it in that.
I was so confused reading that too, but I just let it go on because like my mind is not working. Okay. According to Action Network, Aaron Rodgers has been voted the NFL's most annoying player, with Travis Kelce in second and Odell Beckham Jr. in third. I can agree with Travis Kelce because I think he tends to he has an attitude about himself, and I think part of it's due to like how much he's in the public eye, and it can be quite annoying. Like, I used to like him just as a person, but now it's just like he's kind of arrogant and personal
not
opinion.
even that.
I like his
it's
brother,
just
like
his
brother better.
Well, I agree with that, but it's just like, and like the whole Taylor Swift stuff, like, I don't know, that's just annoying to me, and like, I don't really like her to begin with, so it's just like, I want to watch football, I don't want to watch Taylor Swift watching football, you know?
Like, I'm okay with them showing her like once or twice, because you get it, she's a pop star, but like once and twice is good enough for me. I don't want to see her any more than that. I want to see everyone else.
Yeah, she was in the promo video for this season like 5 different times. And like they're not even featuring other players. It's like, I'm here to watch the players, not Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, him being voted the number one, I mean, I could see it from point of views, but I wouldn't label him as number one.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't label him as number one. Maybe like 2, 3, just because I think Travis Kelce takes number one in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. I feel the same way.
Odell Beckham Jr., I think he just tosses in my mind. I'm like,
I feel
because
like
I don't
that's
really see much
random
about him lately, but I think it's just, yeah, because I'm like, I don't see that. Maybe it was like past stuff that could make him annoying, but he hasn't really been all over my feed. It's been Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Travis and Tyreek
and
for
maybe
me.
Patrick Mahomes, but
honestly,
Patrick Mahomes
that's a
is
whole
chill.
nother thing.
Anyways,
true.
So here are the NFL scores for this past week. So week 3. The Jets beat the Patriots 24-3. The Giants beat the Browns 21-15. Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. Vikings beat the Texans 34-7. Broncos beat the Buccaneers 26-7. The Packers beat the Titans 30-14. Colts beat the Bears 21-16. Steelers beat the Chargers 20-10. Seahawks beat the Dolphins 24-3. Panthers beat the Raiders 36-22. Shocked. Rams beat 49ers 27-24. Lions beat the Cardinals 20-13. Ravens beat the Cowboys 28-25. Chiefs beats the Falcons 22-17. And the Jaguars versus the Bills is tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. And the Commanders versus the Bengals are tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m.
Ready for well, I've already conceded in fantasy, so we don't even need to talk about that. I'm a little ticked off.
I'm too scared to look at mine.
Guys, for the record, my fantasy team this week, 51 points. 51 points. Are you kidding me? I was projected at 1 point to have over 120. I only have 51 points right now. I'm not even kidding. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm so ticked off. I'm so ticked off right now. You know, once it wants to
This is where we add in the do 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 do.
Yeah.
Dang it!
51
points beating me.
Listen, I need Josh Allen to go off for like 30 points tomorrow night. Actually, you're gonna need more than that. But whatever. I need Travis Etienne to go off. Yep. Mine's on 1% as well. I don't know what freaking happened to my team this week. But, you know, whatever.
Well, my team got hurt.
So, we're gonna move on. So, you know, speaking of injuries, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are out. So, the Rams have signed Quintez Cephas, which is another wide receiver.
Cephas.
I don't know.
I think it's Cephas.
Which is another wide receiver to their practice squad because they don't have a lot of depth. The Chiefs expect running back Isaiah Pacheco to be out 6 to 8 weeks following an injury for him. So that prompts them to sign running back Kareem Hunt. They're bringing him back. Also, this week, Andy Dalton was named Panthers starting QB, and look at that, they beat the Raiders 36 to 22. I believe he had 3 touchdowns the first half of the game. So this kind of raises some questions about how good Bryce Young is.
No, I was just gonna say they did really good.
But yeah, so this raises some questions about how good Bryce Young actually is and whether he's actually good. But you just got to remember, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were both at Carolina, and now they're on different teams. Look at the Buccaneers. Baker's doing pretty good, minus they lost today, I believe. Minus that, ignore that. It's an off week for them. And Sam Darnold, who's now at the Minnesota Vikings, he's throwing to Justin Jefferson, and their offense looks really good, along with their defense. So, of coaching. Maybe Bryce needs a different coach, but the Panthers have come out and said that they're not looking to trade him. Right, and then Alright, Giants wide receiver Malik Nabers is the first player in NFL history with at least 20 receptions and 3 touchdown catches in his first 3 career games. He ties Anquan Boldin with 20 receptions and 3 touchdown catches, at least, in his first 3 career games, and that was set in 2003. So this is 21 years later. And not only that, but Nabers also becomes the youngest wide receiver in NFL history with 2 touchdown receptions in a game, which surpasses Mike Evans in 2014, which was 10 years ago. And Mike Evans is still playing in the league. So the USMNT recently dropped to 18th in the latest FIFA World Rankings. Also, what I forgot to mention last week, because I forgot, USMNT finally announced the signing of head coach Mauricio Pochettino. So he's already come out and said that the squad needs to have a winning mentality and that he expects them to make at least the quarterfinals, which 2 thumbs up for me. Love the mentality. We need to just go for it. And especially since it's on home soil, we just really need to get our heads in the game and just... And then moving on to Serie A, which, speaking of USMNT, Pulisic scored today and helped lift AC Milan over city rivals Inter Milan. The score was 2-1. Christian scored in the 10th minute of the game. Celebration, it was awesome. Everyone was going nuts. But this is the first time in his career that he's been involved in a goal in 5 straight matches. So hats off to Christian. In the Premier League, Manchester City could be expelled from all competitions if they are found guilty of the serious financial rule breaches that are being brought against them. So it's looking more than likely that the players should and find a new club to play at, because City is going.
Yeah, definitely.
But speaking of City, they just tied Arsenal this weekend. The score was 2-2. City scored a last gasp goal. And when I say last gasp, I mean literally, I'm pretty sure it was the last kick of the game. They had 7 added minutes and they scored in 90 plus 7. So, I mean, guess it would really go down as 90 plus 8. But, you know, literally one of the last kicks of the game. To La Liga, Barcelona beat Villarreal 5-1. Atletico de Madrid tied Rayo Vallecano 1-1. And Real Madrid beat Espanyol 4-1. So, pretty easy weekend for the top 3, minus the 1-1 tie for Atleti. But whatever. So, now we're on to Bayern. Bayern won this week 5-0. The goals were from Michael Olise, Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, and Serge Gnabry. Michael Olise actually scored a brace, so I'm very excited for him. He's been involved in a goal in the last 3 games that we've played. Alphonso Davies also made his 200th appearance for the club this past weekend. And Bayern are the only team in Europe's top 5 leagues to have won all their games in all competitions so far this season. So, really excited about that. Hats off to Bayern. Love my team. And the past 3 games, the total goal aggregate is 20-3. So Bayern has scored 20 goals and only let in 3, which I'm really happy about. However, Manuel Neuer, our goalkeeper, might have picked up an injury this past weekend. So I'm just worried that he was subbed off as a precaution. I'm hoping that that's all it was, just that he's not going to get injured anymore. Because our backup goalkeeper was the one who let in 2 out of the 3 goals. And wasn't really too thrilled about that. But now we'll kind of just run through the Champions League scores because, like I said last week, we we played Champions League. So here we go. So Juventus beat PSV 3-1.
Aston Villa beats Young Boy 3-0.
Real Madrid beats Stuttgart 3-1.
Okay, Bayern beats Dynamo 9-2. With Thomas Muller becomes the player with the most Champions League appearances for one club, which is 152 appearances.
Sporting Lisbon beats Lokomotiv 2-0.
Liverpool beats Milan 3-1.
I have no idea how to say this first club, so Bologna ties with Shakhtar.
Bologna.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's tied 0-0, so no one really cares.
Sparta beats RB Salzburg 3-0.
PSG beats Girona 1-0.
Dortmund beats Club Brugge 3-0.
Celtic beats Bratislava 5-1.
Man City ties with Inter 0-0.
Benfica wins 2-1. You were close enough.
Leverkusen beats Feyenoord 4-0.
Brest wins 2-1.
Atalanta ties with Arsenal 0-0.
Atletico beats RB Leipzig 2-1.
And Monaco beats Barcelona 2-1.
Barcelona did get a red card. So would Monaco have beaten them without the red card? I don't know. But game's game. They got a red card.
I'll just say that I missed like the middle of the race and I didn't see them start.
Well, I watched
them
helps. Start. So pretty much what you need to know from the race. It was a dominant win from Lando. It was like a 20-some second gap to Max Verstappen in second place. And once again, another great drive from Oscar Piastri. He ended up in third. He started in fifth.
Oh, yeah.
In the start, Lando got a great start. We actually saw him lead every lap of the Grand Prix. And it was just very dominant from the beginning. And you could tell it just looked like Lando was going to run away with this race. However, there was some hiccups there in Lando's race because he clipped his front wing on the wall, but it didn't look like there was too much damage from it, so it all worked out fine. But it was not a flawless. It kind of was flawless, but at the same time, like, it wasn't win from Lando today. So that was great. So on to Oscar's race. So actually down the start, he actually lost a place to Nico Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg made a move on the inside, and Oscar had to let him take the place. But the start was crazy because it was a Ferrari and Fernando Alonso that went off the track around down turn 1. So they had to take the escape bailout route, whatever you want to, I don't know what it's called. But that kind of switched everything up. Charles got a couple places, not so sure who else. But the interesting note on the start was that Lewis Hamilton started on the soft and then he went to the hard. But the hard tire was like,
I said he pitted very quickly. He was like on soft tires for like, was it like not even like 10 laps? And then they were like, oh, we want you to come back in.
No, I think it was a little bit over 10.
10 laps, but he wasn't on them very long.
No, he wasn't.
I just know he was like one of the first cars to pit, really.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this race was, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he had such a big gap like Lando against Max because he's done that before. And but I think at one point when it was like to like 30 seconds, and it was him and Oscar, and then he pitted, and like he didn't even have to worry, like he just needed to get color quickly, and he still made it back in the same spot he started with. And I was like, that was really impressive. In my mind, I was like, dude could have stopped for dinner, could have got himself a snack, freshened up, and then he would have still got his spot back. And I think it was just really, really good for them.
Yeah.
Although apparently, both Mercedes drivers, literally right after the race, were able to get out of the meeting because they were both so exhausted due to the heat. and stressed. And I was like, that doesn't surprise me. They all look like they were dying.
I saw that. Watching George get out
Singapore
of his
heat is
car,
insane.
like, you can see him using the tires on the other cars around him to help him keep walking. And I'm like,
I'm surprised he didn't pass out. I really thought he was gonna fall forward, which is good. Like,
well,
he
I'm
didn't. It's good
surprised
he
we didn't
didn't.
have
But
any retirements because of the weather, how hot it gets. Normally there's one at least.
Oh, did you see the video of the interviewer pouring his water on Lando?
On Lando, yep.
I was like, you know it's hot when that's how you're celebrating. And, like, they already do that, but, like, you could tell they needed that.
We'll talk about the championships. So for constructors,
Okay.
McLaren is still number one with 516 points. Red Bull's in second with 475, and then Ferrari's in third with 441. I'd include the other ones, but honestly, they're not within striking distance of one another, so McLaren's starting to pull away here, and if Lando and Oscar can keep getting podium finishes, it's pretty much theirs. So with the Drivers' Championship, the one that we're all really, following,
Focused on.
Max has 331, Lando has 279, Charles has 245, Oscar has 237, and Carlos has 190. Now, the one change within the top 10 is Nico Hülkenberg with today's race earning points. He moves up into the top 10 with 24 points above Lance Stroll.
Does that knock Stroll down?
Yes. Because I think it goes by most recent race or something. I'm honestly not sure.
He hasn't been doing good. Anyways, Max is guaranteed the title if he finishes second to Lando in every remaining GP and sprint regardless of fast lap bonuses, because Daniel Ricciardo set the fastest lap in this week's Grand Prix. I think the last second.
Because he said it in lap 60, and no one really told Lando, because technically Lando could have had 2 laps to try and set the fastest lap, but no one told Lando that he didn't have fastest lap, but whatever.
I think it was like a surprise to everyone other than Red Bull Visa. When they pitted him though, I was like, interesting, they're gonna try and get the fastest lap, but I was like, or maybe they're just pitting him and then they let him go, and I was like, they're gonna try and get the fastest lap. So, I mean, honestly, I think Danny, if this is his last race, I think he kind of needed something, but it doesn't help Lando.
Yeah.
And his grind for number one in the the Drivers' Championship. So, yeah. Again, with Danny Rick, this has been noted that it could be his last race, and everyone is a little kind of shocked by it, because, like, we weren't prepared. Like, I mean, we kind of saw it coming, but we didn't think it was going to be this race, where they're like, yeah, this is probably going to be his last race.
Yeah, and, like, with the rumors and everything, like, everyone expected Checo to already be gone, and yet he's still racing. So this kind of, I don't know, but it's just so hard. But like the way that he was acting today, it really seems like it was his last lap, and that we will see Liam Lawson here in Austin. I think actually,
when Danny Rick's one of his favorite races is Austin, because he calls it like his home race.
Yeah.
He loves Austin. I don't know. This whole thing just kind of seems like out of the blue and kind of like sad and sketchy at the same time, because it was like so, like, the rumors were heading around, and you're like, but you can't believe rumors. But then the way he was acting today, it's really giving off that it was, I don't know. Until he like fully confirms it, I'm not gonna like believe it. But also, it's like, it seems like it's kind of obvious the way they celebrated him after the race, his like hospitality group, and the way people were talking to him, especially the moderator giving him like this whole speech of like how much he likes him. I don't know. The whole thing just seems kind of sad in general.
It also rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. Definitely.
Especially with everything with Checo that went on. it's just rubbing me the wrong way. Like I said, it's a bad PR move because like everyone loves an underdog in America, so like why would you not keep him in for Coda at least?
Yeah.
But no. Or like keep him in for Coda but have like Lawson run in FP1 or something like that.
Yeah. That's a better role too, because Liam Lawson hasn't raced yet in a P1 or P2 yet, has he?
Yeah, he did some last year when Danny got injured with his hand.
That was last year. It's not this year.
Well, the
I feel like it would be smart if they're like
same.
kind of introducing him. Well, true. I don't know. It seems kind of. I don't know. It's rubbing me the wrong. Someone said that Red Bull is keeping Checo until
Mexico.
Oh,
so
what did
maybe
they say? Mexico, and
maybe we'll see Danny after Mexico, but like with Red Bull, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This whole thing.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if you saw this or if I sent it to you, but Christian Horner came out and said something about George Russell being out of contract next year. That's also something to consider.
I mean, wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. I feel like Mercedes is like the Charles to like Ferrari, if that makes sense. In a weird way, like I feel like, is that weird to say? Like it'd be a surprise if they got
kind of
George,
but game's the game.
Anyways,
so the F1 teams are also looking set to give a go-ahead for a rookie sprint race after the Abu Dhabi season final. So what this entails, from what I've seen, is 10 rookie drivers using the Abu Dhabi track to do like some testing and stuff for their teams. I don't know. That's kind of just what I've seen. I haven't seen a lot about it. I've just seen that they're set to approve it's okay to do it. We'll see if anything comes of that.
Alright, here are my suggestions on what's on my radar to watch. The Vikings versus the Packers, which is Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Both teams look very strong. The Vikings are 3-0, Packers are 2-1. Interesting to see how Malik Willis plays, or if Jordan Love will make an early return to play. It's funny, he's on my fantasy football team. Vikings defense held CJ Stroud and Texans to 7 points, plus their offense is looking really good. And then my second team would be the Lions versus the Seahawks. Would be a good game to watch. The Lions' home turf is 2-1. Seahawks is 3-0. The Lions' only loss is to the Buccaneers. Offense weapons is Jahmyr Gibbs. So, and David Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Seahawks crushed Dolphins with DK Metcalf playing a huge role with 4 receptions and 104 yards in 1 touchdown. I don't know if it's... Oh my god. Okay.
Just deleted that. It's fine. That's going in. That's going in. Okay. Just so you guys know, Julie started reading our other notes that when we were typing these up, we were going back and forth and typing it, and I left it in here. She just started reading. So my games are Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen, which will be Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So really this is a revenge type of game for Bayern Munich. After we lost the title to Bayer Leverkusen last season. And we didn't beat them last season at all, I don't think. So, it will be good. I hope Company Ball will, and we'll be able to hand Bayer Leverkusen their L. Fingers crossed, this is one of my games to watch. My next game is the Madrid Derby. There's a special name for this, but I don't even know what it is. It's Real Madrid at Atletico Madrid, which will be Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Previous meetings for the teams include a 1-1 tie, a 4-2 tie in favor of Atleti, a 5-3 scoreline in favor of Real Madrid, a 3-1 to Atleti, and a 1-1 tie. So it'll be interesting to see who wins, because that also has complications in the La Liga standings.
Please like, comment, push our post notifications, subscribe, and please leave us comments about suggestions.
And don't forget to follow our socials. They will be in the description below. We got through. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did